Test. Okay. There's something wrong with the desktop audio though. It's just stuck. Huh. Think. Let me test it, because I think there's something wrong with it. I think it's just stuck. Oh no, maybe not. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Let me think. What do I need today? Need the references. Yes. And then maybe I'll add a little bit more space here so I can have yeah, that works. Okay. What else do I need? Bit of this, a little bit of that. This one I don't know if I need anymore. Kinda need her face only. And then the rest will be Rungia. Okay. Okay. I somehow figured out how to fit all those in there, so that's good. Okay, next. Next. Hey. Ho. Hi ho. Hey, hi ho ha. What was it doing? Oh yeah, reference, right. I think I'm gonna grab Rungia's latest piece. I think it's got a really close color palette already. I've already gotten some of it down, so might as well continue with that. A little bit more blue. That should work. Struggling with your piece, huh? That's good. That's good. The struggle is good. Struggle is good. Means you're learning. Struggling means learning, probably. Okay, I think I'm about ready to start. I think I got everything I want. Everything I want. Gonna use a completely different palette. No more anime bright colors. Okay, that's good. Are you grabbing it from somewhere? I was just doing that cuz the more realistic it gets, the more like difficult the color relationships are. So Not sure about this. Yeah, because there's like a frame of reference. And then people will be able to like judge it. I think I'm gonna like maybe pick up this arm a little bit here. Thinking about something like that. And then elaborate more on the neck here. Should be like around there. I mean, should be fairly close. Right now, she looks like she has a very long neck, so I might move this up a little bit. Might move that up. Everything is dark as fuck, which is hard to control. I can sort of directly observe the colors and paint based on the colors well, but I struggle to build the colors from value first. Yeah, it's very difficult to match color to value, which is why I prefer to just go straight to value, or just go straight to color, and then just, you know, change the value of the color as I go. Let's see the hair kind of dropping down here. And I think what I want to do is delete this layer first. I think I might run into a problem with the chest here. It's like the only thing. But otherwise, I think this will work out with the more maybe, I don't know. Need to think about that. I'm gonna keep painting on this layer and then maybe flip it over. Oh. Sort of like that, but then I think maybe a little tighter. And then I think I want a maybe more rounded bicep here. We'll go for that. Tips for painting realistic palettes. See if I can think of anything. And you know, use reference. It's pretty strong, pretty good, pretty good how it's called. But probably want something a little bit more than that. be like... Keep it in this range of colors. It's like right over here. Between this, like in this triangle. And then like peak the colors. Like sometimes. But yeah, mostly in here, I think. This area. What else is a good one? Highlights tend to be cooler in realistic palettes. So they tend to be like cooler and desaturated, and approaching white, rather than, you know, saturated. So, but yeah, depends really. I don't know. What else is good? Yeah, everything else is like subject matter dependent. So, let me think about this. I think I'm gonna grab a reference for like the rib cage. I'm not really comfortable with painting. Painting a clavicle. Well, let me see. Woman sitting in bath. I just need like the top, really. I don't need... How about women in bikini? Let's try that. Woman bikini sitting. Now I just gotta find someone with a nice clavicle. Nice pair of clavicles, if you know what I'm saying. Find a nice pair of clavicles here to paint. And if I could get him, you know, slightly tilted so that I don't have to do so much work. Man, it's always so tough to get a reference. Here's something close. I won't get the arm, but I'll get at least her the what's it called? Let me see. The chest area, which is what I'm struggling with right now. Let's do this. Okay. All right. Okay, that'll work. Probably. Start with some of these triangle shapes. I think we'll be good. See, her face is tilted the wrong way, so I'll have to actually not do that. Not touch those. But I will paint those clavicles. I think they're good from what I'm doing. And then see like an indent here. start of that there, and then okay. Yeah. The arm is kind of tough for me. I think the arm and like the chest behind, or not the chest, but like the rib cage behind, like it should end like somewhere there. Somewhere there, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know. Maybe. Should look better than the previous version, though. So we'll go with that for now. She does seem to have a very long neck, but I find that kind of creepy, and it might not be too long where I have to change it, so I might just leave that in. But yeah, happy Friday, guys. Oh my god, the weekend is finally here. I could take a break. Oh, not really. I gotta like wake up tomorrow at 7 in the morning still, even though I guess I'm used to it because I wake up at 6, but I gotta wake up at 7 and go do like, I have to drive my wife to work and then go do grocery shopping. Because we are out of food. We've got nothing in the fridge, man. It's a lot. I think I want to shave the top of her head a little bit more. Yeah. The worst part is none of the stores are open, so I'll be driving there, and then I'll be driving back. I'll be driving back. And then I will be hoping that I don't forget everything. So I'll have to like fill up at the convenience store. We have like one store where I just buy everything for like a month, and we just kind of live off of that. It's pretty handy. I don't know. I don't really like going shopping and kind of wasting my time. Oh. Gotta make her cuter. How do? I think thinner lips would be a good start. Thinner top lips. And I'm not a good lips person. I always draw them like... I am not ready to say goodbye to anime art and fan art. Why? Yeah, probably. Probably. They do be liking that fan art. They do be liking it. It is really dope when people like appreciate your work though. So I mean, like, I feel like that's worth more than you know, someone be like, oh yeah man, I love The Witcher, you know, something like that. And then you'd be like, yeah, I also enjoy The Witcher. Average Witcher enjoyer. You know? I don't know. It's hard to get people to give a shit about your personal work, though. I feel like most of the time, no one cares. Not if you're extremely good. Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, you know, it's weird. I don't think normies really give a shit about like quality at all. Like, but I think like I think they're like they look for like what other artists are sharing basically. So you might actually have to impress those artists, even though the people that, you know, your final audience don't really give a shit. You might still have to go through the whole rigmarole of impressing other artists with your work. Because, you know, if they like your work, they might retweet it, and if you're retweeted by a bigger artist, that's pretty huge. So it's kind of like it's kind of a meme, right? You know that you know, regular people don't give so much of a shit about quality as regular artists, so it doesn't really matter. You just gotta pump out what they like, the subject matter. But like on that other side though is, you know, if you get noticed by someone that's, you know, bigger and they start shilling your work, I don't know, it's weird. It's, you know, how do I get an in? It's so like, it's so difficult to call. You know, I prefer like numbers and stuff where I'm not thinking about yeah, it's easier to call the stock market than to call like a successful art thing, because I feel like it's much more arbitrary. Speaking of which, GME keeps dipping. Maybe I called it right. We'll see. We'll see. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for some of those stocks, man. I'm waiting for that stocks. I YOLO'd into a coin on the advice of someone, and it's still dipping. It's still I bought the dip, and it kept dipping. Ah! So we'll see. We'll see. I'll wait for it. Frantically checking. I really do hope that GME rises, but I want to buy in. I want to be there for when it moonshots. My guess is there's a gigantic buy wall at sell wall rather, sorry. There's a gigantic sell wall at 300 that's totally invisible. So as soon as it hits 300, a bunch of like holders start selling like crazy, and they dip it down to wherever, you know, last time it dipped to like, I think it dipped to almost 200, and I'm guessing it's gonna happen again, but this time it didn't get triggered. It got real close to 300 and it just kind of crumpled. Oh, my crypto's going up. Crypto go brrr. Uh-oh, crypto's going down. Crypto is too like fucking, it's too like it just goes up and down. You can't watch it. You gotta just like relax and go do something else. I think watching it is like the worst part. And I you know, when I'm like, you know, when I have a minute, I might glance over at the other screen and I'll be like, oh shit, I just made money. And then I'll glance over again and I'm like, oh shit, I just lost money. So let me see. What color lashes? Let me see. How about wealth distribution? Don't know how I feel about that. Don't know how I feel about that. I feel like those rich cocksuckers have it coming. They have it coming. They've been dipping stocks whenever they wanted, and now the government is suddenly considering, or the SEC, I think, is considering some way of mitigating the options market. It's like, okay, why now of all times? You know, we didn't do it after, like, you know, the 2008 crash. You didn't do it after, you know, when it really was, there really was a problem. So it just makes me, it really makes you think, really gets that noggin jogging, you know? It really makes you like want to get woke, want to get woken up, you know, not keep sleeping. Why did the what doesn't make any sense? I want to thin out this arm. Test. 1 trillion dicks. It looks like you've passed the family-friendly filter. Oh no. You know, there's a streaming site right now that has no moderation on it. I don't think I can say it because it's an adult streaming site. But apparently you can go on there and you could bother streamers. Just after you do that, just say Sam Hyde sends his regards. And yeah. You'll never be caught. I'm pretty good. How's it going, 1 trillion dicks? feel like there's a better response. Some way of using your name to make a joke. Is everything on the up and up? Are you holding strong today? I don't know. I'm trying. Hey, man, this is tough. This is just like... I salute you. I think I'm out of dick jokes for today. I think I've exhausted it. Hair looks like my pubes. You have a problem, I think. Pubes should not look like that. I feel like crazy woman hair is like kind of like that. It's like kind of frizzy, you know? I think the crazier, the more unkempt the hair. And this style of hair that's in the reference image is just too like put together, you know? I don't know if it'll work for horror. I feel like it'll work. It just seems like too movie star-ish. Too movie star-ish, man. At least that's my thought. I might be wrong, but... See a little bit more contrast there. A bit more contrast there. But yeah. I like your style. I'll show you some of mine later. Yeah, sure. Feel free to just post something in the chat box. I do click on links if they don't look shady as fuck. Show me your moves. Show me your moves. I'm trying very hard to get to a very specific style, but it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult. I'm gonna put in like a very small bit of like yellow light. I'm gonna make a new layer, I think. This is a little dangerous. And then, yeah. Do artists even like their own art? Sometimes. I like it for a little bit. I like it for a little bit and then I stop liking it. I heard a Chris Cushart interview where most artists will see flaws in their art, will always look up higher. Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously. I mean, I like it for like a little bit, and then the flaws start really coming in. You know, somewhere like a week after, and I'll be like, I can't believe I drew this. Why did I draw this? It's like post-nut clarity. It's post-art clarity. That's what I was looking for. It's just the same thing, man. You know, you finally pop off, and then it's just like, man. I feel dirty. pasteboard. Pasteboard.co. Alright, Reggie, you click it first. You click it first. You get a virus and lose all your crypto. Let me see. I've never seen a pasteboard.co link. Hold on a second. Pasteboard.co. Easy image uploads. Is this a new one? Strange file. Strange file automatically downloaded from pasteboard.co. I wonder who Rungia looks up to when he already at the top. Maybe Mullins. It's an ass picture, but it's good. Alright, let me see. Hold on. Oh, it's an ass picture. Why did you draw this? Why did you draw the butt? Use Imgur. I've never seen pasteboard, but it didn't seem to download any viruses onto my computer, so I think we're good here. Yeah, I feel like it's a little uneven on one side. They call that bitch Biggie Smalls. You know? She's got one big tit and one little one. They call her Biggie Smalls. That's an old one from high school. I don't even think people know who Biggie Smalls is anymore. It's kind of sad. Many cases like this. Very sad. Alright, let me see here. I gotta switch back to... I like thick butts and I cannot lie. I'm wondering how much detail I can get away with in like a cheek. Because Rungia for the last one uses very, very, very rough detail. But whenever he's drawing women, it's always like... it's like one color. It's like one color and that's it. And then it's like... It's very like fuzzy. Let me see that. Hold on. It's the wrong palette, but it doesn't matter. I just want to see how that value transition goes. It's like 2 strokes of the airbrush and then it's like it's done. I'm gonna use like a green. Let's see here. So you're a butt artist? Just drawing them butts. I do draw butts. Oh boy. I would definitely draw more butts if I could figure out a way to get like away with it. Rate the butt. I mean, I would rate it thick out of 10. Some pointers. Right now, I don't want to stop you from doing your thing. Just draw more butts. Just draw more butts. That's my biggest pointer to you. Just more butts. More butts. Who knows? You may be the next butt legend. Perhaps. Perhaps. Who knows? Think. Let me think what I want to do here. It's so, like, man, I don't know. It's just gonna be airbrushed. I'm just gonna airbrush it as much as possible. And then I'm also gonna add I can't add like color. I feel like might I don't know. Let's try it. Let's add a little bit of color, especially to the ears. Let me curl a bit more colorful. I like the palette, but it's a little bit like too much, man. I wanted to like keep it straight value, or like very close to value, and then, you know, maybe just a drizzle. We'll call it a drizzle. And then keep going like that. Let's see. Maybe a little bit of like blue. See, this type of shadow makes it look kind of ugly. Kind of ugly. I'm gonna shave the chin a little bit. Shave the chin. Shave the cheek line here just a little bit. You know, more detail is easier than less detail. It's something I've realized. Because when it's like more detail, and it's like that's the thing. I'm drawing the thing, you know. It helps identify the thing. Less detail is like very annoying. Very annoying, because you don't have as many moves. You're only making like... I'm gonna cut the chin up a little bit on this side. How many years have you been drawing? I'd like to... Oh, sorry. I missed a couple. I'd like to sculpture some butts as well. Let's see. How many years have you been drawing? I started painting in like 2012, so I think we're on year 9 of painting, drawing, everything. So I've been doing this for way too long. I just like doing it. I don't know. I take very big breaks, and you know, I'm not a super try hard. I could be, but I don't know. You start drawing before you painted? I started drawing well, like in high school. I mean, if you want to call that drawing. When I said I was like drawing Naruto's, I was drawing that during like history class, you know? So, I mean, that was a little earlier. That would be earlier, man. I took one painting class in high school, if you want to count that as well. But that would be a while. I would say I've been drawing all my life then, from like high school, so even more years. But I personally don't really count that because I wasn't really trying to draw or get better at it, or I was just trying to, like, you know, just draw some Naruto's because I thought Naruto and DBZ was cool. That was it. I wasn't really trying to get better at it or learn to do it or anything like that. It was just like, I like this painting, I'm gonna copy it, and then, you know. Pretty good at it. Upvoted. Oh, thanks for your upvotes. Thank you for your. You know, someone said that shit to me in real life, and I couldn't hide the cringe from my face. I think, I just like, they said what's it called? You're a gentleman and a scholar. Please take all my upvotes, and I just like, I think my face did something because they what's it called? They were not happy. I just did like one of those poker face smiles, but it was really bad, I think. Yeah. So he said some, like, the Reddit narwhals at bacon or some shit like that, and I was just like, I couldn't. It was too cringe. It was too cringe, man. It was too cringe. Can you show me some of your progression stuff? I mean, I try to hide everything so that people never see. I think a lot of my old stuff is up on DeviantArt. So I still post on there sometimes. Let me see here. Okay, so I think this is the latest one I finished. And this one. These ones are still okay quality, and then it starts dipping. It starts to dip. Buy the dip, guys. My portfolio. I don't know how to computer. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, so this is like, these are from this year, I think. This is the end of this year, and then it depends. It depends. Like, this was a pretty good painting for the time. But then I couldn't do that quality again, so it was kind of lackluster compared. I do a lot of different stuff. Yeah, this one was kind of not as good as my usual. I don't know. There's good moments, and then there's like really bad moments. Like this one actually was like the first one that people liked, I think. I think it got like 900 likes. This one got 13,000. Which is I think the biggest painting I've never made anything better. Well, likewise anyway. I made stuff that's better for me, I think. I like it better. But it's like a lot of stuff. Like there's a lot of bad paintings. You could go through them if you like, but I don't know if they're worth looking through, honestly. This is really bad. This is very bad. This is very bad. I don't want to look at this anymore. This is the start of it. This is like when I started painting on Twitch. This was like this was 2015. Like none of it makes sense. It's all kind of bullshit, man. I feel really bad looking at this. I kind of want to close it. I'm gonna close it now. Look, back to looking at Rungia's pictures. I really like Rungia's photos, so I'm gonna look at this and relax. 'Cause I don't know. Looking at my work gives me PTSD. Something about it just yeah. I don't like that feeling. I just feel very uncomfortable. All right, I'm gonna go back to painting this cute girl now. Oh, yo, check this out. Actually, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. No. This is like one of those racist memes. They all look same. No, just very similar. It's very similar. No, not plagiarism, just Asian. I'm gonna get banned for that. That's it. That's how you get banned off of Twitch. Oh. Something wrong. Something wrong. Wanjia steal image. Which one is your best piece? It's not my best piece. It's my most upvoted piece, which is like, it only got more upvotes because it was submitted to a bigger subreddit, which I can no longer submit to because they banned me. But I still try to submit there sometimes. I got banned because I was submitting artwork, and the mods are fucking assholes. And they're like, you can't submit artwork here anymore, bruh. It's only photographs. And then you look at the front page and it's all artwork, and you're just like, what do you mean? There's so much artwork, and they're just like, I can't believe you talk back to me, ban. It's like, okay, Redditor, fucking cat. Banned for drawing too good? No. Banned for like calling the mods words that I'm not gonna repeat. A lot of gamer words I threw at the mods. Perhaps. Got the job. Congratulations. Hey, what are you doing now? They might. They might. I may still be angry about that. I may still be upsetty spaghetti. I may still be a tiny bit angry. If they try to ban me again, I might repeat. I might repeat the what's called. I might do it again. Congratulations. And the doors were locked? Huh? What? What does that mean? Did they take away the job after you got it? That's not good. She has to have a little bit of color, I think. Maybe I'll add just a little bit in her eyes. Cat, what's up? It had a note saying they were closed. They were open on the 21st. I called the guy back and they said they had to close because too many workers had COVID. Well, that's why you hired. That's why you got hired, man. That's good news. That's why I think I got hired. It's too many of these people kicked the bucket. We get like company-wide emails sometimes, and they're like, "This person just died from COVID." So that's probably the only reason I got my job. Well, you got to keep praying then, hell. You got to keep praying. Keep that hope alive. That doesn't sound optimistic to me. You gotta, you know, maybe help them along. I don't know. Maybe help them along. Who knows? Get the Glock. That's a COVID death. The state counts those. I think. I'm not sure. I've seen some weird stuff with the statistics. Apparently, they've been doing some strange things. This is the best. Oh, this one? Really? I think this one's like, I would redo this one a lot. Like, the value structure is really bad. The value structure is so bad in this, though. Recent art is too dark. What? Even if I were to use this palette, like, the value structure, not good. Like, the same value structure everywhere. You have a little bit of a difference here, but it's like, it's not enough. Yeah, this is not a good structure. Not a good composition either. Like, some of it works, most of it doesn't. All the shapes are wonky. Like, and you could see like the shapes are just not good. Like this thing, for instance, is not good. If I was to redo this, I would have to like, I would definitely be using a lot more shapes, like ellipse tools. I'd be using the ruler a lot more, and I would be using like a lot of, I would be using the value structure a lot different. Out of the sci-fi ones, I think like the sci-fi environments, the newest one is actually pretty good. Well, not pretty good, but you know, it's just a lot of stuff there. Let me see here if I could just go back. How do I go back? Oh my god, you can't go back. Hold on, let me see here. How do I do this? Gallery, here we go. Okay, all right. Yeah, this one has a better value structure. Let me see here, copy. Oh. Yeah, see, much better value structure and everything is a little bit more organized. And you can kind of tell. It's very small compared to this image. Gotta go, good stream. See you later, Trillion Dicks. There's gotta be a joke in there. Thanks for coming by. God. There's gotta be a better joke. While you're away, I'll keep brainstorming. It was a mistake to come here. Nice pull out. Pull out game is strong. Oh. I think she's cuter, but she looks like a psychopath, which is good. I think that's a good thing. And then her neck is looking better, so that's good. Eventually, I'm going to let. This is a little bit too much light. Let me see this. It's too much light. I think I've been lightening it a little bit, so that's why. Been lightening it a little bit, and so it's like it's getting as I go. I'm gonna lighten this up because I'm going from dark to light. So eventually I will have that a little bit more straightened out. Went to Blix to window shop, but was too embarrassed to leave because broke. Oh. Well, I'm glad that pixels are free. I've bought in, and now I don't have to like buy art supplies ever again. Never have to buy art supplies, ever. Unless I really want to, which probably wouldn't happen. But so I got a marker and a chalk tool. She liked my wallet. That's kind of yeah. I think the last time someone randomly complimented me, I was like shopping and the guy just goes, "I love your shirt, man." And I didn't even understand. I almost said, "The fuck you say to me?" Because I'm in like hood mode the whole time. I just looked real confused at him, and then I processed what he actually said to me. I'm like, "Oh, thanks, buddy. I wasn't expecting that." Yeah, I heard on the news that the next stimulus is coming. I see a lot of memes on Reddit. I don't know if the president has signed it into law yet, but yeah. Sometimes I don't know how to react when I get a compliment. I just say thanks. Yeah, just say thanks. That's all you gotta do. That really is it. It feels like you gotta say something back, but you actually don't. You just say thanks. And smile and be enthusiastic about it, you know? Like you really mean it. That's it. You don't have to do much of anything. It's a good thing. I used to just, you know, I used to try to find something else to say back, but now I just say thanks. I used to be like, oh, thanks. You too, Anon. It's like, but white hipster with a really cool handlebar mustache. Yeah, people really go all in for the weird facial hair. Like it's either all in or nothing at all. It's either that or they just like they clean shave it or it's a neck beard, you know? So yeah, once they're committed, they just like they're like all in, man. I just shaved, so I'm good for a couple of probably months. Probably good for a couple months. Maybe. We'll see. I like the clean shave, honestly. Just, you know, I do my hair and my my neck beard all at the same time. I really need a rep for this arm though. I feel like I could do better. I feel like I could do better. I'm not sure. I feel like it could be better. It's probably because it needs like one of these things in there. How slow do you grow hair? Not too slow, man. Not too slow. I mean, honestly, I should shave every 2 weeks, but I'm really lazy, so I don't. And yeah. Soy Jack? A black Soy Jack? I mean, those are out there, brother. I don't look like... No, I look like... no. How dare you? I look like average... fucking analysis fan. I feel like there should be like a triangle here of darkness. Triangle of darkness. With the occlusion for her like shoulder. I'm just not sure. I really need... I've seen Darnus. He's a ball of grease. He's Papa John's son. What? What? I mean, my photos are definitely out there. My photos are out there. I look like... I probably look funky. I look kind of funky, but not too funky. I've seen a lot of funky looking people. I need to draw this wrist better, I think. Draw the wrist better. I think it moves up and it... Need more ref for wrist, hand. Need more ref for arm. God. Stay tuned. All I'm gonna say is stay tuned. Stay tuned. I don't know. I don't really like Papa John's. It's just like, I don't know. It's like kind of like eating Domino's. I don't know. It's not. It's just not my bag, baby. Just not my bag, baby. I eat a lot of pizza though. We have a lot of good mom and pops near me. So, I mean, like, I don't know. It's good New York pizza around here. I wouldn't go to like a chain store if I, you know, unless they're like closed for something. I mean, that doesn't really happen. And there's so many of these like Italian shops. They make good pizza. There's a lot of demand for good pizzas, so, you know. No self-respecting New Yorker goes to Domino's or Papa John's for pizza, okay? So, that's all I'm gonna say to you about that. I still haven't tried Chicago-style pizza. That's kind of on my bucket list. My friends from Chicago tell me it's pretty good, but I don't know. This one's gonna go on forever, man. I have so many... Wait, what? That's the Cyberpunk soundtrack. Hold on. Wow, they really put the Cyberpunk soundtrack on. It's not a bad song, actually. Not a bad song. That's the, like, one of the best parts of that game was the soundtrack was pretty fucking lit. If only they didn't, like, release a super buggy mess. I think eventually it's, you know, it's gonna be a good game, but I don't know. I like the story. It was okay. It's an alright story. I might move her. Soundtrack was good, man. They had a lot of good songs. Had a lot of good songs, man. I really liked it. They, like, most of the songs felt like original, and I mean, like, comparatively, there's not a lot to compare it to. Like, who has like a full fucking soundtrack like that? Not a lot of games. Cyberpunk has 611 viewers. Yeah. You know, it has a killer soundtrack for like you know, not actual songs, but just like it has good sounds overall. Loop Hero has really good sounds. That game is really good. It's got a really good soundtrack, and that is like a lot. It's worth a lot. I hated the OST even have synthwave. It's pretty good. I liked it. I liked it. It was a lot of songs, man. There's like there's only a couple games that have had like a full like disc soundtrack. Like I think GTA 3 was like one of those games. Most games don't have like, I think Doom had a pretty good soundtrack. I think they kicked the guy who did all the Doom soundtracks off the project because he did some shit. But the art was good, The art was good. He left. I don't think he left on his own terms. I don't know. I don't know about that. I feel like there was something a little bit more going on there. I really don't think he left on his own terms. But it had a pretty good, like, what's it called? I would say it was pretty good. They had to like redo it. He left 2 out of disrespect. Really? I heard he was kicked out. And I don't remember exactly why, but there was like a big drama llama. Big drama llama. Drama alert nation. Kept fucking his version of the music. Well, maybe. I mean, sometimes there are just artistic differences, I'm gonna merge these, I think. Yeah, that's fine. The rendering is fine here. Alright, so. Well, sometimes you want the name, and I'm pretty sure he was on that project. He was on a previous, so what's it called? Previous Doom projects, I believe. I think I remember reading this story, and I was like, oh man, he's been working for them for so long. I think what I want to do is make this hand a little smaller, just a little bit, and then also duplicate it, and then flip it vertically. And then we'll do a cheap I just feel like the way the lighting works wouldn't reflect that way. Oh, here's another one from Cyberpunk, actually, I think. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Yeah, there's another one from Cyberpunk. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta leave. I mean, that does happen. I wish I understood reflection a little bit better. Yeah, I think so. And then, yeah. I mean, I definitely listened to a lot of Cyberpunk because I was playing that game for a while. It is a fun game, man. It is a fun game. It's just like, I was pretty lucky not to have encountered most of the bugs people had. I feel like imagine if it was as optimized as GTA 5. Imagine the possibilities. Yeah, I feel like it's because there's just so much shit going on that it's like it's very hard to polish it as, and they were really rushed, so you know, Sony really wanted, and like, you know what? I don't feel bad for the console peasants. I feel like that's like one of those things that really brought them down. Is they did a deal with like Sony. I just don't feel bad for them. I don't know. I don't feel bad. I'm low empathy, I guess. Just don't feel bad for the console peasants. And I feel like that's like the biggest failing, is they failed to deliver a product that will work on a shitty system that's like 10 years old. And it's like, yeah, no shit. My computer could barely run it, and it's like 2 years old, you know? So how the hell, man? I don't know. I think the expectations were like weird for that game. So why you should build the foundation first rather than adding shit in marketing. Yeah, I mean, that game, we were waiting for it for so long. We had a real dry spell after Witcher 3, so there's a lot of marketing behind that game. But we were definitely like, there's a lot of hype and there's a lot of marketing. And people were just hyped up to such a level where no matter what game they delivered, I'll be honest, no matter what, it would have had so much critical there's just no way that they could have, you know, beaten those expectations. It's just impossible, you know. They set the bar too high, and yeah, that's just it, man. And I'm not saying like, oh, you can't criticize them or anything like that. It's just that, you know, they they really set that bar too high, and then of course they're gonna have like issues. And I am like a big fan. I was waiting for it for a long time, so I was pretty excited to consume. Don't ask questions and get excited about the next product. Yes. Don't ask questions, get excited to consume. And a lot of people will buy that. They will go for that. So that's why I have a big stock in AMC, because I think that a lot of people are just consumers. They're waiting for that new DC movie. They're very excited about it. So most of those movies are like awful. I think the ones that kind of break the mold get shat on most of the time before they even get to release. So like the Joker, 'cause I'm the Joker, baby. They really shat on that one for like months. I have really cool ideas for these heads, but it's like it's gonna be hell to actually do them, I feel like. Milan. They're just redoing all the successful Disney cartoons, but as like live action, and it's a dead horse that keeps breeding out money. So they're gonna keep killing it. They're gonna keep beating it until people stop going and they stop watching, and that's never gonna happen. So buckle up, Buckaroo. You're in for another. As long as like the movie theaters come back, we'll see. Got a lot of movies probably just sitting on the back burner that can't release. They just net lose profits, They go straight to DVD. Because most people just like pirate, so. The only superhero I enjoyed was the Batman and Spider-Man trilogy and the Joker. Yeah, I liked Nolan's Batman. It wasn't bad, It wasn't bad. I mean, it's like it's gonna be like one of those movies, man. It's not it's like Scorsese says, it's not cinema. But not every movie has to be like a great movie. It could just be enjoyable, Not every movie is gonna be like I don't know, The Shining. It's just not gonna happen. You gotta have some shit in order to know it's good. So, that's just how it works. I haven't really seen the Spider-Man movies, so I don't have much to say about it. I'll watch it, but most likely it's not. It's gonna be like one of those movies. I really need like, I don't think I've ever really drawn heads in this sort of. Let me think. I need a reference. Let me see. I guess lying down, man. Let me see. I need one that's not looking at the camera. Every image I've drawn is like man looking at camera or like looking slightly away from camera. So now it's like, draw this head in this position. And it's like, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, almost do it, but then it's like, okay, here's one that's similar, but it's got too much shit on it. I won't be able to draw from that. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's one. Here's one. I could probably use this. Yeah, I could probably use that. It's more like tilted, and then that's fine. Map time. No, I feel like you're that. Honey, it's time for your map. 4 o'clock map. What's it called? Let me draw at least like a good rubric for these, and then I might stream for longer today, so I might have more time. Three hours, maybe. Who knows? I usually stream for 3 hours. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I stream from 4 to 6:40, so I usually stream for about 2 and almost 3 hours, man. So I might go for 4 today. We'll see. Huh? Oh yeah, maybe. Well, depends. Depends. It's almost 3 hours. 2 hours, and sometimes I'll go to 40. Sometimes I'll go a little less. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. This is kind of fine, I think. I'm gonna get good at drawing heads in this image, I think. Either that or I'm gonna draw a lot of bad heads. And then I'll just be that much closer to getting good at drawing heads. I'm gonna get the reference for most of these, but like, I just wanted to get some sketches down, and then I'll probably go to the map. Probably go to the map. Oh God, how's she home already? What? Some of these are going to be very hard to draw, I think. How many heads should I draw? I feel like Synthwave plus 80s song. Yes, yes, I do like those remixes. They're pretty good. Yeah, the safety dance. Hey, Kat, what are you doing home so early? Yeah, you're usually late on Friday. All right, yeah. You hungry? I'm gonna order food today. I'm gonna order some takeout. I kind of feel like Vietnamese food, but I feel like you gotta eat in for Vietnamese. It's just not the same, man. It's not the same. They give you less soup, man. They give you less soup if you don't eat it. Just a lot of like floating heads. Very artsy, very artsy. I gotta draw all those ears too. That's gonna be terrible. Then the reflections. But I think composition wise, they're starting to look better. I just have to may have to move like a couple of these around. But thinking like something like that. And just shapes here, I think. And it's deep water, so you won't be able to see as much. You like more dark. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Where do you want to go? It's gonna be a little darker when I finish, though. No rush. Okay, so I've got a lot of the heads now. I'll still have to do a little bit more of them, I think. I want to have some of these have to be like a little bigger. Merge these. Smaller hand. I'll duplicate that. Merge it up. It's kind of a lot of stuff. It really is. Hope it doesn't get too hectic. and I'm able to finish it in like normal time. If not, I'll have to just like focus in on parts of it. Maybe maybe just some of the heads and main character. I'm thinking of adding like a light source, kind of like Renjia's. Around here. It's magic. It's magical light source. Let's see. Because I am thinking about this image a lot. Trying to steal some of that Rungia juice. I think the water can be a bit saturated. Yeah. I feel like when you're describing water, you want to make sure it's not just like blue. The thing is that he has like a very strong focal light, like right here, like it's coming from like the top somehow, like right here and right here, and it's just like beaming down. This part occludes it, of course, like this box. This is the top of that box, and everything is on the bottom of that box. And it's occluded. And then he has all that light just hitting the ocean or whatever it is, the lake. I don't know. He has a lot of cool like stuff here too. I don't know what this is. Like, what the heck is that? This isn't like. It's just like, you know what it looks like? Have you ever seen shells? Sometimes they have this sort of look to them. Oh, I don't like this song. Meh. Oh, Toxic Avenger, that's good. The strongest light is coming from down onto the left. See on the right, there's only midtones. See, the lights are here, and then some of it even hits here and here. The light behind him probably shouldn't be there. It should be a shadow. But you know, Renjia gets to make choices like this. I think I've seen him make choices like that, you know, in a lot of paintings where he just chooses to change the light. But if you were to actually like take a, you know, it's a point light, like a strong flashlight, and if you put an object in front of a point light, that object is going to cast a shadow. And if that box is there, you know, if that box is there and it's being hit by it, right? If that box is truly there and it's being hit by it, that means there would be a shadow here. But there isn't one. And it's okay. I don't think it's necessarily wrong to do that. It's more like he's cheating. There's also the fact that the camera, it's a little bit, it's almost like the foreshortening is so strong, it's almost like fisheye-ish, not really a fisheye, just a little bit more than usual. But it's a hyper strong light. That's the thing. This is perfect white, and it's perfect white. Like if you observe what makes a perfect white light, like look, this is normal light. This is what photo I'm looking at. There's no areas where it's like, this is kind of close, but it's still, let's see, let's pop up in Photoshop here. Let's pop up in the color picker, and then let's go to that image. How do I gotta like, oh, left it. Oh, it's stuck, hold on. Okay. Alright, and then what I'll do is, okay, let's just check this, and then I can't do it that way. Okay. Alright, I'll just take the photo, whatever. Like with skin tone, it gets very close. It's not gonna be. Where is the brightest light? Can't color pick it. It's there though. It's like, it's really white. Definitely there. Somewhere 255s. Let me see here. Now this. A lot more saturated. It's not white, first of all. It's I don't know, this value looks like much lighter, even though it's not the color relationship, so I'm just like dumbfounded as how I can't color pick it. A brighter light is going to create a very desaturated white, whereas this is going to be like saturated, more saturated, moves to the right, and it's still in that whiter area, but it's not like that. So what I'm looking for is a pointed light. So point light on like a face, and that should give you, here's one. That should give you almost like perfect, this sort of speckle. Like, see, he's doing the same thing. It's this specular skin light, and it's perfect. It's like, it's very high. If she didn't have a background, if she wasn't stepping away from the background, there would be a shadow there. But this is the trick in photography, is you move the subject a little bit forward from the background and it no longer causes a shadow, which is nice if you're doing photography, but we're not. And okay, here, he's basically using the same trick, except he's not moving the subject, and it's not causing a shadow. Now, the light should be occluded by his body. It just, it's like any Terminator line. It will occlude. It will occlude that light. Yeah, but which doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Because if the light is, you know, this is like JFK's assassination. You know, it's just, it's hitting from the left, and the right is causing it, is getting a shadow. Like, why? So he lit the elbow because he wanted to not because of light direction. So the elbow has like a little bit of reflected light, which is very close to, but it isn't exactly that light. It's very close. So this is a little bit too much for me. I wouldn't light it that much. So it's a little too close to his like peak white lights, which are very, very close to 255. It's at like 233. 233. It's very high. I think 233 is the highest I've color sampled from him. I think I'm doing point sample, but it's still like, it's very close. 234. It looks like 234 is the lightest pixel I can find. 236. Okay. All right. Whatever. But that's like super, super high. Anyway, if we were to say, you know, that the light is coming from here, because we only have, how do we derive the light? We only have here, 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 and here being hit with that focal light. Everything else is ambient, except over here and over here, which is reflected. So this is reflected, and the rest is ambient. This is a little bit more reflected here. Either way, this as long as I'm not sure about water, the only thing I'm not sure about water is material. What kind of shadow a water can have on it. I'm not absolutely sure. I know it can have a reflection, but I don't know how it works with. I haven't really looked at water that's having a shadow cast at it. I'm not sure what kind of shadow. I assume that there has to be a shadow, but not sure. Shadow on water. I mean, I haven't researched that. It does look like water takes shadows, so it does. That wasn't a point that I was. It does look like water seems to take shadows. Doesn't seem like it's a problem. Like here, this is the exact like color palette. If an object exists and it gets hit by water, hey, Parmus the Fantastic. Hey, what's up? How's it going, buddy? Just talking about light, I guess. That's very shallow. That's true. This would be the. Okay, see, this is like my question, I guess. I'm not sure about the surface itself. It looks like the deep end does get a shadow, but the surface itself is reflective. So that was kind of like what I was thinking of, is that maybe there's a set of circumstances which allow the material itself not to have a shadow, and that was the only reason I could think of. So again, so that was what's it called? I guess that was the point. That was why this doesn't have a shadow, is because it what's it called? But I don't know. I just think about like boats and how like they have shadows on the bottom of them from what I've seen, but it looks like that's not the case. It looks like it's the opposite. Shadows seem to cast way under it, and nothing on the what's it called? The water itself isn't opaque enough to allow a shadow to form. It looks like. Oh, that's really in depth, though. You'd have to really think about that for a little while. So I guess I was wrong. But it wasn't because of how the light works. I think I analyzed the light correctly. I just didn't understand how the material works in that case. But I think I get it now. So I think we figured it out. Shadows do not cast on the surface of water. That is very good to know, actually. That's very useful information for me. Because I've been casting shadows. I've been casting shadows on the water. And just kind of like going with it. I think what I'll do is I'll pick a spot, and I'll also put in like a. The problem with this is like, I mean, I'll probably do it like Rengio. I'll use reflected and ambient light, and then just I'm gonna do this light as it's gonna be where my light is gonna hit. It's gonna be in the back somewhere there, and then it's gonna hit her arm, maybe a little bit of the clavicle. Hey, she said something before doing that. And then the rest is going to be from ambient, and then what's it called? Yeah, we'll do that maybe. But yeah, I think that about sums it up. There's definitely a lack of knowledge for me when it comes to like specific materials like water. There's just not enough space for it right now. But I'm learning. It's nice that there's like images where I could like figure out what I think is wrong, and then go from there and just be like, oh, okay, well, this actually isn't wrong. Now I learned something, you know? And if, you know, with that knowledge, hey, I can actually make this image a lot better, because I think I was under the wrong impression how this worked, man. Probably a bad idea to... Hey, everyone makes mistakes. Like, I still have no idea why he used the same lighting for his focal as, like, here. Like, this is not right. And neither is that cast shadow. Like, it's not a cast shadow. That's why. That is absence. That is occlusion from not having ambient light, maybe. But it is cast from the hands. That doesn't make any sense. Like, for it to be a cast shadow, that light, right? It's just, you know, that's that same polygon, and for it to cast there, it has to be hit there, you know? It has to be hit like here. And then that light is occluded, and then it would cause shadow here. But that, I mean, that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems maybe he has a second light source and it's slightly lighting him here. But then, like, he does, like, look here. What about this? Like, I have questions about this here. This is a surface that's, you know, this surface is here. The reflected light is bouncing from over here. How does that work? You know, it shouldn't be up here. I don't understand. So what? I don't understand. Some of these things, like, look, he can do whatever he wants. I agree with you. That's, you know, that's true. I would take an artistic license there too, but I just, you know, you gotta lie well enough for nobody to see it, you know? I think that's the key. So, if we're saying that there is a light here, right, it's being lit here, then there would be, I mean, this is this surface. Oh man, I'm getting really autistic about this lighting, but I feel like you kind of have to in order to understand it. Oh, it's too long, man. I'm not gonna read all that. That's too long. That's too long, brother. I read this. I've already read this. Yes. I've already read this, thankfully. So I don't have to read it again. Yeah, I read this a long time ago. A long time ago! Yeah, Rangia does whatever he wants. Your illustration should have more maroon to sell the horror feel. Which one is maroon? Is that purple? I feel like there's only a limited amount of colors that water reflects. Margia's teal is for a mythical feel. I don't think there's like I don't think there's like an association like that, like the colors. I feel like that the light either works or it doesn't. You don't have to do all this. The color gives you emotion, like a dark red. I mean, like, yeah, maybe, but then I'd have to redo everything. I could do like a dark red from like the blood. I could do like a dark red, but it wouldn't reflect the red light, I don't think. I don't know how blood reflects light either, actually, now that I think about it. Or what kind of blood? Would it just be like a red surface? Let's see, man standing in pool of blood. How about that? Let me try to look at that image and see what that looks like. I'm not sure what kind of... It would still be red because it's light that's being reflected. It has to be, right? But I've never seen it. So it's like that, here's a naked guy in a pool of red blood. I don't know. It's like the shadow on water thing. I've never seen a shadow on water, so my brain kind of just fills in the blanks. And it filled in the blanks wrong. No one is gonna make a pool of blood to take photography. That's kind of the problem. They might have red liquid, or they might just color change. So I don't think I'll be able to figure it out from research. I have to assume it works like any other reflective surface. That's a tough question. Color blending mode? What's that? I have to think about what's it called, but I might have like to look at what blood looks like in the water. I think blood just in general would be a good liquid for this. So I might go with that actually. I might go with that. I think the blood would actually work really, really well. I think that's a genius idea actually. Reiji, you've done it. You're a genius. I think the blood is actually gonna work really, really well. He's a savant. He's a savant. Oh my god. I do need. There are no reference images for like blood pools of blood though, so that's gonna be a really big problem. Always has been. The closest thing I imagine is red paint, which is a lot more opaque, I think, than what a pool of red blood would be. Yeah, I imagine a lead-based red paint. That's the only thing I can render. I've never seen a pool of blood, a real pool of blood. My company wanted to make our fountain pink for breast cancer awareness. Didn't quite get it right. I'm definitely not gonna like bleed myself to get enough blood so that I'd have a container full so that I can make a idea about what that looks like. How about a bag of blood? How about that? Not a pool of blood. Maybe that was a little bit too ambitious. Blood. See, this is not enough blood. You gotta have more blood. I guess a bag of blood would be the closest thing. See, it's a little bit less red than what I think. So how about that? How about we go to blood. About a container of blood. Is this real? Yeah, that's suction. That could be anything. That's not really blood. That's more like blood and everything else. This is not. This is like some kind of weird gag gift. I think this one was the closest. I think this one was the closest. Maybe blood bag. I guess that would be blood. It's in a plastic container, so I wouldn't be able to get an idea of what the blood actually works as. The other one's a glass container, so. God, why don't people just have like blood all over the place? What? Oh my god, okay, let me think about it. Let me just try blood. Let's see if that maybe that'll work. Drop. I need. This might be the closest I'm gonna get. It's gonna be blood in a plastic container. And it's probably realistic. I don't know. How about a blood splatter? Let's try that. And then if that doesn't give it to me, then I'm gonna go just draw it, whatever. Yeah, this is at least reflective light that I can take a look at and understand a little bit. Blood Lake, Texas. Is that gonna be? That's gonna be algae, or algae. I'd say algae probably. That would be red water, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to. I'm being too autistic about this. Because in the end, it's gonna be water diluting the blood. So, and if I can't find it on Google, that means no one else can. And so if no one has any idea what this looks like, then I can lie all I want, and it's fine. It's all another layer. Yeah, it is. Okay. And I can lie about it all I want. There we go. That's my little PogChamp. Maroon to and blue is epic. Why is blue epic though? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. What is the thinking behind that? I can get like why blood might make someone uncomfortable, or I guess that deep red might make someone like more uncomfortable, and that could sell horror. I don't get how blue is more epic though. I don't know, just put in some cheap blood splatter and then we'll fix it later. And I'm gonna have, you know, a very neat light here. Now I know that I can make a light without adding shadow, unless it's like very shallow and it's actually reflected on the surface of the below the what's it called? Kind of go with that. Hopefully that works out for me. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. When I choose a palette for an image, I do think about you know, the mood it's setting, but I don't think I've ever thought about kind of like you know, thought about like specific color for specific mood, really. Or I've played around with it, like I still like, I don't know. I don't know if I should paint directly with color first. Maybe I should. Definitely, if you're gonna paint with color first, definitely keep an eye on values like all the time. Like you should be checking values like every other, what's it called? Every few minutes. I'm not sure about like what highest value should be here. I see like there's a light here, right? There's a light on this hand. I've done that much, right? So I think I should continue to use that light here. Go away. Get out of here. Go. Go somewhere else. Distracting me. Maybe I'll need to do both. Yeah, it might work. I would say definitely watch values if you're gonna paint directly with light, because you tend to lose a lot of information. Hey, cat. Hey. Ow. Hey, kitty. You want to come sit with me? Alright, you can sit down. Alright, yeah. Good cat. Wow. Come on, sit. No. This cat doesn't want to sit with me. It's because you're not today. You're not feeding me properly. What do you want from takeout? I want sushi. I think the green actually works really well. It's like a shadow. So that's probably what I'll be doing. And then I should probably start on the map now. Might not have enough, like, understanding for these, because I think I'm drawing them all in the wrong sizes. That's gonna hurt me like a lot. I'm gonna have to standardize a head size for these, and then we'll kind of go from there. This one might have been too big. But this is some cool horror, I think. We'll have some of the green water too. Like, try that. Probably have more dark here. If I'm gonna have that rim light, should probably have foreshadow there. It's probably gonna be somewhere around there. Yeah, we'll go from there. We'll go from there, man. This one is gonna take me a little while. See, and you said, oh, it's finishing up. And it's like, okay, well, now I'm gonna paint everything red. So now it's gonna take a while, you know? And a little hints of green, I'm trying to keep as much of them as possible. Yeah, I think for today that's pretty good. And then I'll start on the map a little bit, and then most likely I'll go for let me flip it, and then we'll take a look for progress for today. It's very different. It's very different now. I really like it much better in this what's called. The only thing I have a problem with is the character seems to be getting smaller and taking up less of the compositions. So what I might do might merge these, and then might make this whole thing just a little bit bigger this way and have a little bit more of it cut off on sides and stuff, and so that my comp isn't so diluted. Maybe I should duplicate it first. Duplicate it just in case I change my mind. Okay, so yeah, the comp works a little bit better, I think, this way, because I don't know, I feel like it's shifted. I don't know why. It's definitely the same size, but oh, you know what it is? It was like the hair, maybe. The hair was bigger, and then I cut it down to size, and then because of that, it like, I don't know. That's probably it. It's just the head size is smaller now. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll have to re-render the whole thing now that we have a red lighting scheme. But yeah, should be fun. I'll probably do it tomorrow though. Let me just save it now. And let's open up that map. Don't have energy today, so. You almost done with your notes? Okay, not too much energy. Let's see if I can get to 7:30. There's a lot to do in this one. It's a lot less tight. It's not really an illustration. It's more like a series of illustrations. So I can take some artistic license. This got a little bit too dark, so I'm gonna be lightening a little bit of it. Putting maybe a little bit more light spots. Why is your style not similar to Rungia's? What do you mean? How dare you? I don't know. It's very difficult to replicate Rungia's work. If you could, you'd be way ahead of the game. People have told me that my work has, some resemblance to it. Not a lot, but yeah. I think there's I think I do have like some of the what's it called, but it's very hard to emulate. I mean, it's not gonna be like, and even eventually I'm not gonna be like a better Rungia, because Rungia is the best Rungia, unfortunately. Unfortunately, maybe. Don't really want to be somebody else, but I do want to understand how to paint that well, and I think by studying and I should be able to get some insight into his process and how he's thinking. I do learn a lot. Like today I learned how water works, apparently. Which is very handy, I think. Very handy. I feel like the rendering is still off. I feel like it should be more of the saturated oranges. For her. Instead of like a red light. And then maybe I could try to balance it out with a little bit of white here. I think my style will get more close to Rungia as I go. I think he does teach. I believe he does teach, so it's possible. It's just I think he teaches in Chinese. So he does demos for classes, so I assume that that means that there are classes that those demos belong to, you know. He definitely does demos. So I don't know. I don't know. He definitely seems to teach somewhere. Well, just lower her. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. How far do I have to go back? Okay. Alright, hold on. Let me see. So this is all... This is all stuff outside the map, right? Other than that little piece of, like, stuff on the map. Everything else seems to be outside of the map. Okay, so I'm just gonna merge this group down. And then, since we're already painting, like, all that anyway, so. Duplicate this, merge it. Oh, Beeple's digital art sold for $69 million. Oh, man. That's so much money. That is so much money. Yeah, and I've never heard of Beeple. Like, the only thing I've heard about Beeple is he made a ton of money selling NFTs. He does make weird stuff, yeah. I've gone through all of his like, not all of it, but there's a large portion of his portfolio that I went through. It's pretty neat. I mean, it's like a lot of money. I might try selling an NFT, but I don't know. I don't think there's really a market for investing in like artists that haven't really made it. I don't know. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. I don't know. Maybe I'll release one just to see if anyone bites. You know, Noah Bradley made like $8 grand in a week on NFTs. And I mean, that's a lot. If you could do that for a month, it's 32 grand a month. It's like 400 grand almost. In clean cryptocurrency. Totally untraceable. I've seen people make like a couple, like, you know, whatever the gas price is for an EFT, you know, it just costs $50 to upload it, man. Costs like $50 to upload it. It's kind of expensive. I feel like, I mean, you could make up to like 700 to 1,000. Like you can make like a 0.1 Ethereum. Let me see, what's 0.1 Ethereum on there right now? Let me see. Oh boy, that looks like it's dipping. All right, so Ethereum is 1770 right now. So 0.1 would be $176, $177. You could triple your money, if someone decides to buy your stuff. I don't know who was buying though. I have no idea. I don't understand it. I try not to, you know, do things I don't understand, because otherwise that leads me to doing a lot of stuff that, you know, it's got to be reason to the madness, you know? So if I don't understand something, I try not to do it. It's really interesting though. I think it might be like the future of like art auctions. That might be how it goes. I feel like really big name artists can really make a lot of money right now, and they should probably jump on that. Because if Noah can make $8 grand in a week, you know, Ben Morrow made like in the millions. And that's, you know, I can kind of understand buying Ben Morrow's stuff, because it really might be worth something, you know. In the future, it might actually be like, oh, hey, we've got an original Ben Morrow NFT. I think there is only one problem for me with NFTs, is that it's kind of the promise of, I'm not going to reprint this. These are like original artworks that you can only get once. But there's nothing really stopping you from reprinting it. Other than, you know, just like a stock, you know, like releasing shares would, you know, tank the price. It's a good way of fundraising, but it, you know, it's not a good way of, what's it called? Creating a high value proposition, because people are going to just think that you're just going to keep reissuing it and you're going to dilute the value. But it is nice to hear that, you know, artists are making a lot of money. It's very nice to hear. Very emotionally, like, emotionally good, you know. We'll see. We'll see. I think they tried to do something like NFTs before, and there was a market for it for like a little bit. A lot of celebrities bought in, and then eventually like everybody dumped like everything. And then God, I don't remember what those collectibles were called, but I do remember something very similar. So yeah, it's one of those propositions. Don't I have a shape for this? I think I already have a shape for this. Hold on one second here. I think I have it in one of these. Uh-oh, did I merge it down? Ah, shit. I think I merged it down. I did merge it down. I'm an idiot. What I could do kind of match up. Excuse me. I could match up with I'll just go with this. We'll just go with this one. Let me make a new layer. And then we're gonna just yeah, I think that's the best thing I could do. I could just, since I can't get back that that shape. I mean, that's about right. Oh shit. Ah. Oh, that's about right. Call it close. I'll just merge it down and then I'll have all those layers basically there. Just a lot of rendering for this one, I think. Not much more design-wise. Oh god, Ixie's a 3D artist now. First she copied Ellen Amundsen's style, and now she's a 3D boy. Oh no. I downloaded all of those tutorials. I still haven't taken a look at them. That is definitely something I want to look at, because I think it's worthwhile. I think there's a lot of stuff in there that was pretty good. You were able to have like a lot of success with that. So I want to take a look, see what I could steal from him as well. Always got to keep stealing from somebody. As many sources as possible. This one's like basically done. Just a little bit of render I think left, and then this one's done. Add some flags. A lot of rendering for these, I think, for these metals. Probably could do a lot of it just really soft. $10,000 hours on art. Huh? Is it worth it? I mean, is anything really worth it? I would say it's worth it as much as anything else. It really depends on, like, you know, what you want. If you like, you know, if you like making cool shit, this is one way of making it. You know, if you want to do it, there's other ways. You could do it with, you could do it with 3D. You could do it with, you know, some sort of craftsmanship skill. You could do it with, but it, you know, there's nothing really like it. I feel like art has its own, like, yeah, sculpture, something like that could be, you know, very similar, same, but different. I don't know. I like 2D. You know, I'm always gonna be doing 2D. I guess I just don't really care about the money that much. There are easier ways to do this, I think, and make a career out of it. I guess I don't really care. I'll take the day job and, you know, smart crypto trades, and then I'll make my income that way. And then you know, I'll have this on the side. I still make money on it, just not a lot. You know, but you know, to be good at something is, you know, is its own reward. But there's a lot of ways to, like, look at it. You know, financially, it's probably not the most viable thing you could be doing with your time. Likely that's the case. Especially if you're smart, you know. If you're really smart, you could probably get way more money doing way, I would say, easier things. More monotonous, less forced to be creative. I mean, some of this does get monotonous, like, you know, you're just drawing Space Marines all the time, right? So it just does get monotonous. Like, I'm not saying it, but you have that opportunity to actually be creative 100% of the time. Eventually, you know, you do it enough times, it does become routine, right? There's no escaping that. But you could push past that, I think. Eventually, again, though, it's gonna get to that routine stage. There's just nothing you can do about that. I feel like your brain has, you know, as long as you have, like, a human brain, there's a limited capacity to what you can do. It's just, you know, kind of the fact of it. You will eventually plateau, and you will eventually stagnate. And then, yeah. The trick is not to do that early on, you know, or not to do that, like, I don't know. I still find it to be, you know, kind of magical. And I've been doing it for a while, so. And I hope that's kind of the case for everybody that's doing it, that's been doing it for a while. If you really hate it, you should probably do something else, because like it's not gonna be the best way to pay your bills. You could, I mean, if you're not the most amazing at it, you might make a lot more money doing something way easier. It's just how it goes. So just trying to keep it real, man. Trying to keep it real. All these kids spend their lives on art. Never good enough to be Renjia. I do art because hard. Yeah, it is. It is probably one of the hardest. I mean, any discipline that requires you to be creative all the time. And you could phone it in with art. You don't have to be creative all the time. Again, you do fucking robot heads. If you're really good and you worked for Blizzard. I should stop talking shit. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, like, it's possible to make this one of the most challenging and most rewarding type of careers that's available to you. It's possible, you know. I think you have to kind of throw profit incentive out of the window if you're gonna try to do that, though, because no one's gonna want to buy. Well, I don't know, actually. I don't know. There's some people that change their style every like 2 minutes, or they're not consistent at all. And I don't know, like that Beeple character. Hey, he had, he did, like, he was trying to do the thing that I'm describing. He was doing an art piece every single day. Do you know how hard that is? And he was doing good stuff. It wasn't shit, you know. I looked through it. There's a lot of like very, very high rendered, more rendered than I make stuff, you know. And he was doing it once a day, you know. So that's just like, it's fucking crazy. And most of them were different. It wasn't the same thing over and over. It wasn't characters standing in the woods again, right? It wasn't that. It was an attempt to, to be creative all the time, and that I think that's pretty cool. I don't know. Consistency in animation. I think animation's pretty neat. It's totally different than this, though. I don't know. I just want to get through this, man. I want to get through getting good at what's it called. I mean, what do you mean, man? Imagine. Is it less rewarding? I know there's a lot of jobs. There's a lot of jobs for animators. I feel like that's a very high-end, very in-demand type of workflow. Especially now. I think you do have to like dumb it down a little bit, because most people seem to be hiring a specific, very marketable style that what's it called? So you won't be doing Studio Ghibli type of work, you know. You'll be doing kid shows, something like that. Audio dead. Rip. I mean, like, yeah, but I do think it's a very marketable style, or not style, workflow, I guess. I think it's very cool. I really like animation myself. I really enjoy watching it and consuming it. I like to consume. I'm gonna try to make these golden rings have like the kind of like this one will be more like trees and the other one will be more like fire, and we'll try to do it that way. See what I can do with that. And I think that'll be cool design wise. Well, this one will be like fire, you know, like the gold itself will be I think that'd be interesting. Anyway, you know, I think any creative endeavor really is worth it, whether it's writing or art, because honestly, most careers are really boring, and I think we have like this internal need for variety or something like it. I don't know if you've ever if you've ever done a real job, you know, you get yourself a real job, not that creative nonsense. Get that out of your head, kid. You know, if you ever got yourself a real job, if you have like any brains at all, it becomes routine and, you know, very, 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 very quickly. And that means it becomes really boring and you become depressed and then you can't do it anymore. And I think that's like one of those things is like when you're not being challenged enough, you start to fail. And yeah, I don't know, that's a lot of copium. I don't know. I know. Why can't you do regular jobs, Stardust? For very long? Well, it's because I get very bored. That's why. It's not because anything else. Definitely, I just get bored, man. I just get bored. I'm gonna do I figured it out. I figured out what I'm doing. I'm gonna do this white. Do you want to eat? Then just say so. Okay, so just say so, you know? I'm just waiting. All right, I gotta go order, and then I gotta go eat. But I figured out what I'm doing. I have to leave myself a note before I go. Hold on. Because I'm gonna forget. Make golden order. All right. My wife's getting pissed. She hasn't eaten. I haven't eaten. I don't need to eat. I forget to eat. But regular people need to eat, man. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate ya. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.